What's up, everybody? Sublet here with Giancarlo, and what did you just do today?
I got top 8 at today's online regional with Sun Gohan Higher Dragon. You can just call me Trey Faircloth, you know what I'm saying? So, being a new format, essentially today, the ban list went into effect yesterday, the 3rd, today's the 4th. Um, I didn't really know what I wanted to play. I was very excited to tackle the new format, and Trey obviously has been talking this fucking deck up all the time.
Goodbye, ad
And
revenue.
I'm not gonna. Mecha Freeze is banned. This is our yellow leader now. So this, I will say honestly, I think this deck is amazing. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, I'd lost. I went X2, but the two games I lost were so close, realistically, that like I can't blame the deck. You know what I mean? Like it was just
Yeah,
a series of events, and like I think the deck is honestly amazing.
I know.
I just think a rival right now is really strong. And this deck draws an absolute fuck ton of cards. Once you're like with this deck firing on all cylinders, you have 16 cards in hand. You'll like play 4 cards and still have 14 cards in hand. Like this shit was nuts. Um,
I know from our play testing,
yeah,
this deck is actually the yellow deck to go to. Everybody
yeah.
watching, net deck this is actually really legit.
Yeah.
Since
I thought this was a control. I'm stupid. I thought this was a mid range deck. It's actually an aggro deck. I killed so many fucking people on 3. It was nuts. So we'll get into the leader. Damn. That glare is bad. Let me try to body block it. Okay. The leader is if you have I guess a 1-drop skillless on board or something, he gains 5. That's completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Swing, draw 1, take up to 1 life. So he's a self awakening leader. The Awaken is draw 2, and on the backside, he's 15k. Once per turn, when you combo with a monster with this battle, you draw 1 card. Once per turn, summon a 1-drop skillless from your drop area and draw 1 card. So Higher Dragon is the only monster. It is a little super combo, basically. Your Awaken turn, so what you do is you swing, draw 1, activate Awaken, draw 2, combo with an Icarus. Technically cycle 1, but still draw 1, and then activate main, summon, draw another 1. So you draw 5 cards just off of your Awaken, and that
yep,
propels your hand to an insane amount. And then like every other card in your deck is either a cycle or a draw or just a really broken effect that doesn't draw. So
that is a very powerful awaken. You
yeah.
draw five, see 4 additional cards, and get a body on the board.
Yeah, and then
So,
you can either combo it offensively if you're afraid of it getting warped, or you can stick it on board and your leader's a 20k next turn. So it's sick. There was one game. This dude I had 12 cards in hand. He comboed to 45. I out comboed it and had 12 cards in hand still. I was like, holy shit, bro. That's like a pretty impressive feat. So anyway, I only play 4 of okay, let me say this is 100% Trey's deck. I net decked him. What the fuck ever. Who cares? This shit's about to
did
be
better.
mine. Shit's about to be
You
mine
did
now,
better
right?
than him.
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
said you did better than he has.
Oh, get wrecked.
We
Nah,
love you, Trey.
yeah. But yeah, okay. But no, for real, shout out to Trey, right? Because he sat down with me, he walked me through turns, he taught. Because like when you first pick up a deck, you don't know the ins and outs of it. So like he sat down with me one day and we went through like 6 or 7 games where he was like, okay, do this, do this. So honestly, without Trey, like I wouldn't have topped today. So huge shout out to him, shout out to the team in general. But yeah, okay, so that.
I have a
Bo,
question. I have
go
a question
ahead.
about those guys, real
Yeah,
quick. All right, so there are 4 here, and your
yep,
leader draws nothing on the backside without this card, right?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so 2 questions then. The first one,
hmm
would you play more than 4? And the second question, were there games today where you didn't see one and it hurt?
One game I didn't see it the entire game, and I still won, but it was closer than it should have been. So like if I have this on my awakened turn and that game was turn 2, um, and we go to turn 4, that's 6 cards I missed out on. So my hand would have essentially been 6 cards bigger, and that made the game go to turn 4 or turn 5 or something like that. Um, there's no other skillless ones. I really wish I was talking to Trey. I really wish that there was a 1-drop skillless blue monster because that would just help you with your arrival. The only other monsters are all like non-skillless yellow cards. There's one SR from Draftbox that I would consider playing one of, but out of 8 games, there was only one game I didn't see this, and I mean it's not that bad. Like it's not that bad, honestly.
Okay.
Now against Gogeta Xeno, I will say you need to be careful. You cannot leave this on the field. So you have to just like the turn you awaken, do not end your turn with this on the field. If they're smart, they'll warp it immediately, and that makes you have to have a second one. So just be careful not to put this in a compromised position. It's usually just safe and drop.
Would you say that blue could also be a problem then because of all the Bojack shenanigans putting it to the bottom?
Yeah. I also played around that. Usually I don't summon it until I'm literally just gonna swing with leader. I did not have a Bojack shenanigan problem, and ultimately, like if you're staring down a Warcry and this is not an appealing target compared to a Warcry. You know what I mean?
It might be if your opponent watched you draw 6 cards with it.
Well, yeah. For Bojack, I mean, we knew this card was good last format. It's still good. There's not a crazy amount of barrier removal. Like certain decks, like mainly blue, kind of lacks barrier removal. So he is honestly safe. You just don't tap out if you know you're like yellow can flash him. Red has Kaioken. Green has the Frieza card and like some chilled TP. So like don't put yourself in a compromising position. Usually just leave a blue energy out for Sensu Bean. You'll be all right. But there's not a crap ton of barrier remover right now. Black has like really no good option for this in best of one. So he's safe against black generally. So this is just a great card. We knew it was broken last format. It's still as good as it was. In terms of super combos, we have 2 Zamasu, 2 Krillin. You don't have to play 4 Zamasu because you play 4 rapid movement hit. When you control,
And tell us what rapid movement hit does. Yeah.
yeah, when you have a blue yellow in your energy, he becomes a 0 mana plus 5k combo, which activates your arrival. These are all obviously all Aegis targets as well. And Krillin is good because sometimes you want to draw cards. Zamasu is obviously a good. There's a lot of high priority targets you can hit with Zamasu, super combo. But then sometimes you just want to draw 2 off of a Krillin. Krillin's like better offense, better defense. That's just kind of what it comes down to.
Were there any games today you played that hit?
Did I summon him?
Yeah, for 4.
Absolutely not. No.
Did you know he has an effect?
Oh shit! No, he has an auto. I had no clue he had an auto. What the fuck? When you play this, I had no clue he did that. No, but no, I did not tap 4 for him ever.
Okay, doesn't matter. Don't need to read the cards. All that matters is the important thing.
That's hilarious. I had no clue he had that auto. That's actually not even bad. Holy
Want
cow!
to read it out loud so the viewers know?
When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. Wow, this deck had removal the whole time and I didn't know.
It had removal.
All right, whatever. Zamasu the Eliminator. This is the new TP, new-ish at this point. Yeah, this card's nuts. Like blue yellow Soul Striker is kind of terrorizing with this. This deck's terrorizing. It prevents your opponent from playing unisons realistically. Like they are gonna try to play around this card by playing their unisons in odd ways. All that really means is that you are going to be able to pressure board so much more. Like if Soul Striker skips unison on 3, they don't have God Seal, and I can just play whatever I want realistically. And I'm not going to put them to 4 life. Generally, what I did today, I played like 2 Soul Strikers. I put them to turn 5. I put them to 5 life. When they go to turn 3, they can't unison, so they can't awaken, and then I kill them the next turn. It happened both games, so pretty sick. Amazing card. It's a check land, so if you have a blue-yellow turn 1, this comes in untapped. It negates energy exhaust, and you can counter anything. Its auto is rest one of your opponent's battle cards, draw 1. So I did this on so much shit, like random fighting against fate. You just come in and rest it against thwarting the Dark Empire. I played it against freaking probably some other card. I just don't. You do this all the time. Yes, turning the tide. This deck is immune to turning the tide actually. So if you're worried about like mono blue decks strategies, this is a super good option. It's one of the reasons I picked this deck to play today. It's really good against red and it's really good against blue, and I figured those 2 decks would be relatively popular. So I mean, I was right. I played a shit ton of blue decks today. So anyway, great, amazing card. Goku hit. This card's kind of mediocre, but it's good enough. Games where you play it, it's really good. The problem is that it costs 1 blue, so it can be difficult to arrival because generally you're only going to charge 1 blue. You're never charging a mono blue. You have to charge dual color cards. And it's not a big deal. Turn 1, you just charge dual color pass. Really not a big deal. This is generally the best card to charge turn 1 and generally the best card to discard with Aegis. When you do play it, it feels good. A lot of the times it's discard fodder. That's good enough. Triple
Would
Basil.
you,
We know
would you
Basil's
say you
good.
would cut? Would you say you would cut that Goku hit?
Sure. I mean, there's a different Zamasu blue yellow card that Trey plays. And I just didn't own any, which is the only reason I wasn't playing it. And assumingly that's a good card. If you have that instead of this, that's perfectly reasonable.
Okay.
Um, Triple Basil, great card. We know Basil's good. It's a 1 mana draw, 19k dual attack. We know that's amazing. One cooler, you really generally only need one to win the game. I think that you attack anywhere from like 5 to 8 times on your kill turns. So this is really only good against floodgates, something like Dormant Potential, Baby Hatch, freaking blah, 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 any other floodgate. Generally, like, individual negates are not enough to stop you unless your opponent has like 4, like Butters, but, it is what it is. Um, yeah.
What was that card's win rate today? Did you win any games with it?
Yeah, plenty of times. Like probably twice, which I think is a lot. I mean,
Would you say it's 100% win rate though? They died the second it came into play.
yeah, absolutely. Both games they were generally at 2 life. I swung with double strike, or I had a Champa in hand to back it up. I coolered, Bean, Champa, blah blah blah. You win the game.
You think that card should be banned?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I want to get away from top ban list. Bandai gave us our ban list, and they did good enough. So like this surviving
I
is
was just
fun.
curious.
Yeah,
I was just curious. You hear a lot of the time that card should be banned. I was
yeah.
curious about it from your perspective since you played the deck this time.
Yes. Every game I played this, I won immediately, and it's amazing. It's already banned. There's already a version of this banned. Let's ban this version too. Fuck it, right?
That one draws 2 cards.
Yeah. Riposte. This is like your only floodgate. This is one of your only negates in the deck. It's good if it reduces its cost for each yellow extra card in charge or in drop. I only play 6, but you draw at such a high rate that this just works. So like 1 mana, 15k body, just a good card. This card I played 1. Okay, I have to tap 3 for this. This card's super mediocre. The card I wanted to play, I did not own any copies of. I picked this deck kind of last minute, and I didn't have time to like get the cards. I just had to play with what I had.
As the man who got 8th place.
Says the man who got 8th place, yes. This should be, I forget his name, Unyielding Gohan. I took a picture just so I could show.
Unyielding Spirit Gohan.
Unyielding Spirit Gohan, yeah. He's somewhere here. Maybe not. Oops. Yeah, anyway, the very specific. So that Gohan is, it's a 3 mana Gohan. If you control a dual color card in your energy, he reduces his cost by 1, so he's 2 cost. Counterplay, bounce a 4 cost back to your opponent's hand and untap 1. So very specifically, Crown of Retribution is so good against this Zamasu. You have to leave up 2 cards. You have to leave up 2 energy to play Zamasu. So red decks like Launch or Vegeta are going to eat you up with Crown. What you can do is you play that Gohan, bounce something else that isn't Crown. Crown fizzles because I no longer have 2 energy up, and then untap my blue so I can still Sensu Bean. So that's what I should have been playing. And it's a blue, right? It would be the only blue battle card, mono blue. So you could just combo with it to help a rival. I charged this all day. I comboed with it. It's too much for a 3-drop. I would side a small package, like probably 3 1-drop, 3 3-drop, because this is very good against blue, just not as a 3-drop. It's too vulnerable to God Seal as a hard 3 that I'm only going to play on turn 4. It's too vulnerable. So the one game I played it today, it like auto won me the game, but like it's just not good enough to play as a 3-drop in the main board. I would just side a package.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Is there a specific range you would side it for?
Yeah, blue.
You said blue.
Yeah, absolutely blue. Because
Any and every blue?
Any and every blue, unless like they specifically played a 2-cost unison that was like, yeah, probably any and every blue, because like you slam it, you swing, turns off super combos, turns off Galactic Buster. 20k is a big enough body for me to be able to protect it reasonably, and it's just good. 4-3 Ape. I mean, because you play Bojack. There's a lot of games. Like, Ape is the reason you out-combo shit without losing cards in hand, because it plays it Like it's 2 energy combo, 1 mana. I'm all messed up. It's a 2
Tired.
energy
It's been a
combo
long
for
day.
10k. It's been a long day, yeah. And then it plays itself, so it immediately like comes as pressure, and then you draw a card and rest something. So like this is super good against Fighting Against Fate because they go attack Fighting Against Fate 25. You go Sensu Bean Ape. I'm at 30. Summon Ape. You're Fighting Against Fate untaps. I just tap it with Ape, and I only lose one. I don't even really lose a card because I lose Sensu Bean and then I draw a new card. So like for 0 loss of cards in hand, I like prevented essentially 2 attacks. And that's like the reason you can like combo to 40 and still have the same amount of cards in hand. So it's pretty nice.
Pretty good. Sounds really good.
Yep. One Bergamo. I have my playset of winners now, which is sick. My one winner that I'm getting. Yeah, I mean this card deserves to be limited. This was also a card where if I drew it, I probably won. This in conjunction with Power of a Super Saiyan, even Zamasu Super Combo is probably is like really powerful. So you have to play one, but it is one Champa. Of course, we're gonna swing lead, shotgun Champa. That's how the game is. You still do it. One Kai. This is the Unison. I mean, not the Unison. This is the Secret Ray you want to play. It's a 40k attacker that kills your opponent's Unison. Obviously, it's really good. And one. I don't think I need to explain any of these cards. Yeah. What's up?
Well, another question about the Kai.
Yeah.
Now, we are on Team FOE, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Sure.
Heroin's lineage is often touted by our dear captain.
It's touted by one guy. It's a meme.
Would you ever consider Heroin's lineage over Kai, or do you think Kai is the best play? And I probably agree with you.
I would always. There's only 2 reasons you should ever play Lineage. Okay, number 1, you don't have Kai, and number 2, you're playing Janemba Mill. Those are the only 2 Those are the only 2 reasons you ever play Lineage. Kai, I would say Kai is 100 times better than Lineage, unless your opponent is really bad. And if they're really bad, you're gonna win anyway. So whatever. Kai's always better.
I mean, the price difference, I'd say it's about 200 times better.
200 times better, yeah. I don't even know what she's worth anymore, but like if you don't have Kai, sure, you can play Lineage. Who cares? But also,
I think she's like $200 more.
Yeah, this deck's like hella expensive. So if you don't have cards, you're not playing it anyway.
But if you're an old Mecha Frieza player, this is where to go.
That's exactly my logic. Because I had Mecha built, I liked playing Mecha. This is like a slightly powered down version. The biggest difference is that you awaken turn 3 and kill on turn 3 instead of turn 2, which I mean Mecha killed on turn 3 a lot of the time anyway. But whatever the case, FAF is good. I would consider a second Unison. God, why I keep saying Unison? I would consider a second Overrealm. Maybe one copy of Secret Identity and one Fighting Against Fate. I would consider either. If I do play the deck again, I'll probably play 2 Overrealm because you draw and combo so much. Like the only time I would ever Overrealm was when I had like 20 cards in drop, and I'm like, damn, if I had an Overrealm early game, I'd be in a much better position. So I'd probably do 1 Secret Identity, 1 Fighting Against Fate going forward. 2 Unison. This is cool.
You read this?
This is the Unison. So he's a 3-cost, 20k dual attacker. +0, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, switch it to rest mode. If that card has an energy cost of 4 or less, KO it. -3, draw 1 card, choose all of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO them. So you have, this is the biggest source of removal in your deck and or pressure. He is a dual attack 20k, so he attacks the shit out of other Unisons, and he attacks the shit out of not, like if your opponent doesn't have Sensu Bean, they better have 2 super combos because he attacks the shit out of your opponent's leader. Usually I'll play him on 4, swing Sensu Bean to 25, and that's like huge plus when swinging on your opponent's leader. If your opponent has like 3 battle cards, you can just attack 2 of them and then auto kill the other one. If your opponent has 6 battle cards in rest mode, you can attack leader twice, -6, clear the board, draw a card. I did both of those effects very often. This is just a super good card. The problem is, again, I'm generally scared of barrier removal or just some type of interaction with Bojack. I don't want to just tap out. So generally I play him on turn 4. I'd be hesitant to slam him on 3 unless I was in like a dire situation where he would be really important.
All right. Do you think that they should just put the Majin Buu Blue Unison's head on that thing's sword?
Yeah. This thing kills the ever-loving fuck out of Majin Buu.
Poor Majin Buu.
This shit kills the fuck out of it. I love this card. Yeah. And I would keep it at 2 because this deck draws so much. I don't particularly want to draw 2 of these. There's probably a few matchups where it's good, but like realistically, like 1 you play it, you get your pluses off it, and then it dies, and you just play, and then you just go for games. So like 2 seems like a right number.
Listen to this guy. Testing, this man always draws that card the second Boo comes down. He'll have none in his hand. Just up there it is.
Well,
every time.
Get good. I don't know.
I should. I really should.
Extra card lineup. Quad Bean. Obviously, we're playing 4 Bean. This is the best defensive and best offensive card. Bean is amazing. We know Bean's good. I don't think I need to talk about it. Final Flash, also a good offensive defensive card. If you're attacking at combos for 15k, and if you're defending at combos with 15k, you can negate a double strike. If your opponent all-ins double strike, you just flash it. It ignores barrier 2. It turns off other Bojacks. It turns off problematic effects. I think I played against Gogeta Xeno, and he had the 1-drop Vegeta True Fighting Spirit. So I flashed it, and then I Aegised, and I untapped shit without having to warp. That was cool. It also helped me out-combo his like big-ass 45k that was swinging at me. So just really good. I'll probably just go up to 4 of this. This is like a card you want to see every turn. If you have a mono yellow energy, activate, battle, rest a unison or a battle card, draw 1 mana, negate, just a hard negate for 1 energy. I'll probably just play 4 of this. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't play 4. I wanted to see this every single turn because it essentially like it's almost like a free negate. It's a proactive negate, and it interacts with unisons, and this card like auto beats starter Vegeta. Like this card's great against Bojack decks because like Soul Striker wants to swing with their leader. Okay, well I'll just rest your dual attacker. I'll rest your unison. Good against King Cold because it rests their unison. Just shit like that. It's just great card. I'll probably just play 4. That was the deck.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Why don't you go over your matches today?
Yeah, like I said, I originally thought that this was like a control deck. So like when I first started playing, I was going to like 4 and 5. But then like today, I think I either killed everyone on 3 or 4 or I lost. So game 1 was Cooler Mill. I just won on 3. He didn't play like any cards and I just won. Like I don't think Cooler Mill is a good deck. Round 2 was Gogeta Xeno. That was a game I didn't draw my Dragon Dude. So that was we ended up going to turn 4. I think I skipped charge. Like he had 5 energy and he passed to me and I skipped charge because like there comes a point in the deck where it's like I'm not really spending energy anymore, especially with Bean. Like so I like skipped charge and I was just able to win. I don't even remember. I think I probably just shotgun Champa. Really, I don't remember. Round 3 was Soul Striker. That shit was easy claps. I mean, like again, like by preventing your opponent from just playing their unison, they inherently lose value. And then on turn 5, when he did play his unison, he had to tap 5 for it. So his leader untapped 2, and I Bergamoed his 2 energy, and then he didn't have Baby Hatch. So he was tapped out with no Baby Hatch, and that shit was GG. I don't remember what I played round 5, I played SS4 Vegeta. If that deck is not main decking that fucking Goku that sublet main decks, I don't think it can win. He was just playing I don't know if there's a standard build of that because it's pretty new, but like he was playing There's now, yeah. He was playing the 6-drop Vegeta that draws 4, but he didn't even get to 6 energy against me, I don't think. You need to stall and play the 7-drop energy annihilator, otherwise that deck can't really beat this deck because like you don't pressure enough and you don't draw enough. Like I pressure more and I outdraw it, and I'm immune to 17 because I can just put my entire board on the field like very easily, and like 17 ends up doing nothing. So anyway, that was like ultimately a pretty easy game. Again, like this Zamasu is like if you're like this deck doesn't give a shit about its unison. Like if I'm playing against blue yellow, I'll charge my unison. I do not give a fuck. If you're playing a blue deck, your unison is much more important because it's Majin Buu. It's for Soul Striker, it's your awakening condition. For other blue decks, it's Majin Buu. This deck terrorizes the fuck out of those unisons because you have to play it on turn 5. And it's like turn 5 is so late in the game when I'm attacking 7 times on turn 3. Like turn 5 is so late in the game. Round 6, I played against Hell. What's up?
I was gonna say except for against SS4.
Right, yeah. I mean, generally they'll ramp one time, and then once I can, like, turn 2, I'll establish Bojack, and, like, their ramping is over. So I mean, that's just kind of how it is. That's exactly what happened against the SS4. Turn 1, I charged multicolor. Turn 2, I out comboed a 20k leader, and I didn't lose any cards in hand out comboing the 20k. I just bean ape, like I said. You bean ape, you're at 25, and I lose no cards in hand. Round, I think we're on round 6. I played Brian Samuel. He was playing Helku. Okay, this game was cool. Like, I don't particularly. Yeah, I lost this game. That's why I'm trying to think about how I lost. I forgot that Selzino was a card completely. I thought that no one would ever play Selzino. I don't know what was wrong with me. There came a turn in the game where I could have either Kai'd or played my Unison. And I chose to play the Unison, and I didn't kill his Unison, and I left him with like 2 small battle cards. So I cleared all his bigger battle cards, but he had a Unison and he had he had like a 1-drop and a 2-drop or some shit like that. Maybe something like that. Because of that, he was able to play his Selzino. If I had Kai'd, I would have cleared his board completely. He would not have been able to establish 12 for Selzino. So that was kind of like, if I knew he was playing that card, I would have just Kai'd. That was my fault. I did have Final Flash in hand, so that means I don't lose the Selzino, but then he hit it with Selzino, which is what that deck, it happens, like, whatever. Like, I can't complain because I ended up misplaying. I should have just been more, I should have just figured, yeah, Selzino exists, let me just be safe. But, shit, that was my fault. The next round I played against Hand Destruction, I won. I was super demoralized because I fucking hate playing against Hand Destruction. So does everyone hates playing against Hand Destruction. I kind of just ended up clutching it out. He was playing Cell Surge, and he played right into Zamasu on turn 3. He played his Unison, and he should have, if he had just played a Rosie instead of his Unison, I fucking very well might have just lost that game. But because he played Unison, I was able to get a turn to breathe, and I just clutched it out. I think, I ended up just shotgunning leader Champa, and I won. So that was just, if he had played a Rosie instead of his Unison, I fucking very well could have lost that game. That was tough.
Okay.
The next round...
Marcel, right?
What's up?
That was Marcel?
Yeah. The next round, I played... Butters, fucking Butters, man, goddamn. He was playing King Cold. He ended up winning. That was good. This is the sad part. Okay, there's only 3 undefeateds left. If I beat Butters, the tournament is over. Sublet gets first place, and I get top 4 because I'm X1. The final round, because there's 1 undefeated or whatever. Butters was undefeated. He was paired down against me. So if I win, tournament's over. Sublet wins, I get top 4. It was a good game. Obviously Butters is a great player. It was a good game. The final attack, it came down to him having fucking 4 negates and 3 super combos. God damn, that was a lot of shit he had. So, if he doesn't have the final negate, he negates my last attack. We compare hands. I win. He's at 2 life. I have not a bunch of cards, but I have 5 cards in hand in Champa. He has 5 cards in hand. If he doesn't have the negate, I swing lead. Blah, 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 Champa, I win, tournament's over, we're all happy. I lose, which means we have to play another round. Butters ended up beating Sublet in finals, very sad. But
we let us both down.
Yeah, I know. I fucked us both over, honestly. But hey, that's what happens. And obviously, Butters probably, he played it really well, so it's not just that he sacked me, but that motherfucker had 4 negates in 1 turn. God damn. Whatever. Shit happens, you know what I mean? Those were the 2 games I lost. Ultimately, I feel like the deck... There was one more round I'll get to, but, I feel like the deck was so strong that, if I'm losing to, somewhat bad variants in a best of 1, I can't really... I have to just accept that sometimes you roll a dice and you roll 1. It shit just happens. So it is what it is. Final round, I played Vegito, starter, blue Vegito. I mean, that shit was kind of easy claps. He went first, so I couldn't Zamasu his Unison, but I just... killed his Unison as soon as he played it, and then fucking won the next turn. I think we went to turn 4, and I just I did 6 damage in 1 turn. I had so many attacks. I was yeah, this is. I was looking at my hand and trying to piece stuff together. I was yeah, I win. Fuck it. And then I just started attacking, like, and I was so angry, like I had the rage inside of me. I fucking wanted to attack, so like I wasn't playing it safe at all. I was just like fucking swing, 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 and it worked out. It worked out for me. So that was it, man. I got 8th place. Shout out to Trey again. Thanks for like running me through the deck. Thanks for fucking giving me the deck list. I might have changed 2 cards that I didn't have, but shit, whatever. That's it, man. Good tournament. I think this format is sick, man. The fact that I played, I think, 8 different decks in 8 rounds is sick. I love when the format is like this. This was both of our returns from a hiatus. I haven't played since June. I know you played like you were about the same. Yeah.
The last time I lost in finals was the last time I played.
Yeah, exactly. So like we've returned from our hiatus. We did good. I'm reinvigorated. I am enjoying the game a lot now. Maybe someone will figure out a broken aggro deck that like changes my opinion. But for now, like if y'all are complaining about blue, I'm sorry. I love blue mirrors. I'll beat the fuck out of blue mirrors all day. Like all you have to do is play better than your opponent, and right now you'll win. And that's what makes the game good in my opinion. So other than that, shout out PPG, shout out the team. That's about it, you know.
That's awesome. I got one last question that people might be interested in, considering we got things like Gen Con coming up.
Yeah.
Would you play this in best of 3?
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah, I played in best of 3. Why not? I don't see any issue with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually I think this is actually worse than best of 1 realistically, because like you're ultimately you are reliant on drawing 3 cards. Like these are the 3. Let me find a Boja. I fucking shuffled my deck. These are the 3 cards that make your deck worse. So because Dragon Ball is the most consistent card game, you draw so fucking many cards that you're gonna have them. But because like in a best of 3, I had the variance is lower and I have these more, and I get to sideboard better overwhelms and shit like that. So like I'm actually like pretty much I'm considering this for Gen Con right now. But yeah, this deck's super cool. I like it a lot. I fuck with it. Is all I would say.
Heck yeah, man. Well, congratulations on getting top 8th place.
Not bad.
Super strong. Yep. Great showing with Trey's deck. I love it. Any final shout outs? I know you shouted out the team. Anything else? Anybody else?
Nah, man, that's it. That's it. Thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah,
All that good shit.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Peace out.